My name's Bill Hodges. I am a science teacher here at Hercules Middle School. We are fighting for the contracts and the schools that our students deserve.
And what are the issues? I mean, by contract issues, what's happening with your contract?
There are a number of issues going on with the contract. We, of course, are looking for a living wage. We have special education issues where we have multiple special education para-support staff members who have not been hired on and who have not been allowed to return to our classes. So, for example, I have a class of 35 students, 7 students who have what are called individual education plans, and those students do not have any support in the classroom because of the lack of supports that the school district has not allowed to be provided, because we're not able to recruit and retain and respect the educators and the folks who would otherwise be working here.
And what does the district say? They say it's because of money, and what is there?
There are oftentimes that's the underlying message. I would say speak to the district about what their reasoning is behind it, but they need to be establishing priorities, and the schools and the students should be the priorities.
And how long have you been on strike?
We've been on strike. This is day 3 for our strike.
And it seems like there's a struggle going on in other school districts, UESF in San Francisco and other schools. Is this a systemic problem?
It is a systemic problem, and a lot of the contracts have begun to align, and so we're seeing a lot of the same issues that a lot of schools across the state and across the country. Here in the Bay Area, one of the most expensive places to live in the country, and schools need to be making sure that the working conditions for their workers allow for healthy working conditions for their students.
So it's affecting the students, your ability to teach the students properly.
Absolutely. Working conditions for the teachers are the learning conditions for the students.
And so what is the union demanding that they do? I mean, what are they saying concretely?
Well, we are currently in negotiations. The school district came to us on Saturday with a proposal, and our UTR, the United Teachers of Richmond bargaining team, returned with a counteroffer to the district's proposal. We're asking for living wages, which includes 5% for this year, and I believe that they have asked for 4% for the following year, in addition to increasing the number of special education paraprofessional supports that we have, including reducing class sizes for our speech therapists, for our PE classes, as well as just smaller class sizes, because it's well established that smaller class sizes are going to benefit the student.
And have you been affected by Title I, the cutback in federal funding?
This school is not a Title I school. Hercules Middle School is not a Title I school.
So how are you going to win this thing? Because it seems like the school district is pretty adamant. And what was your raise for this year under the old contract?
We haven't had one in a couple of years.
What happened?
The school district has refused to come to the bargaining table for the last 10 months.
So you haven't even been to the bargaining table?
We've been at the bargaining table for the 10 months, and our bargaining team has done everything we possibly can to have a adequate bargaining session and to come to an agreement that everybody can agree on.
And I understand the Teamsters were on strike as well?
The Teamsters were on strike, and my understanding is that they have a tentative agreement in place at this point moving forward.
And, California is one of the wealthiest states in the world. We have over 200 billionaires. Where's Governor Newsom in the state legislature? Well,
I would say that I haven't heard anything specifically to this particular strike from Governor Newsom. I will say that Tony Thurmond asked the
He lives
school
in
district,
Richmond, doesn't he?
I believe he might. I'm not 100% on that. I don't know specifically where he lives, but I will say that I know that Tony Thurmond did put out a specific request asking the district to come back to the bargaining table.
So they're refusing to negotiate.
They after
Is that
Saturday's,
legal?
After Saturday's proposal, we sent them a bargaining counter. They said we can't come back to the table until at least Tuesday, and that's where it stands currently.
So do you have support in the community among kids?
We've had so much amazing support. We've had so many people, so many communities not only here in Richmond and Hercules, but everywhere across the state. We have people from Pittsburgh, we have people from LA, we have people from Antioch, we have people from all over the state and the Bay Area coming out and supporting us, as well as the families and the students who are coming out and supporting us in full stride, and it's amazing to see.
And I understand there's a plan of all the teachers' unions to kind of band together. The idea of a statewide action of all teachers, is that on the agenda?
Well, I know that there's a campaign known as We Can't Wait, which basically says we can't wait for the schools that students deserve.
I'm Miss Barrett. We are fighting for a chance to give our students the teachers that they need. We're here to make sure that our students have classrooms that aren't filled with part-time teachers or not even credentialed teachers.
And has that affected you in your classes? I mean, what does it mean in your class when you don't have enough teachers, you don't have enough staff?
It means that instead of your prep period, you may be asked to help out and sub for that class. It means there's no consistency. It means there's no, things are continuous for our students, and that builds instability. We don't want that. We need stability and structure for our kids.
So you want strong schools?
We need strong schools. I'm a PE teacher. I have 52 children in my class. And if I happen to be absent, it's kind of a struggle to need to be absent sometimes, because I don't want to leave my class in the hands of somebody who knows who it's going to be. So I would rather not be absent, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard because it's just not stable.
Do you have a lot of solidarity here? It looks like the school's pretty empty, is it?
Yeah, the school's pretty empty. Thankfully, the community, the parents have been super supportive, and they've been recognizing that the email that was sent out was misleading.
What email was that?
The district sent out an email talking about the Teamsters agreement, and it made it sound like that the teachers, UTR, had settled something as well. And so a lot of families, I think, were under the impression that we were back at work. And that is not the case. We are here, we are strong, we are waiting for what is right.
And how long are you prepared to stay out?
As long as it takes. Every day stronger.
We say no way.
She's the artist.
Lexi. I'm just trying to help our community.
You want strong schools?
Yeah. I want a strong school for my school because I feel like it's not fair for our teachers to have less money than they need to have for their work.
I heard some teachers have to live at home, their parents' home.
And also some schools, people are losing teachers, so in one class they will just have to just sit down on their desk and not do and try to work by themselves. That's what I heard.
So you want better conditions for your teachers?
Yes.
So how did you decide on this sign?
I looked it up on Google.
That's pretty good. And that's an issue. Where's the funding?
Yeah.
My name is Jennifer Maxwell. We are out here to support our teachers here at our public schools because they deserve a fair contract, a living wage, and great working conditions.
And what are the conditions that kids face and your kids in the schools that you're concerned about?
Sure. So we have really big class sizes, and I feel like we don't have all the resources that we need, and it could be a lot better, and our teachers need resources to do the job that is invaluable to me.
So it's hurting the education process if they don't have the resources.
Absolutely. The education process, retaining the teachers, reducing the substitutes, it all factors in.
Is this your first strike?
Well, I am a union nurse, CNA, so it is not my first strike, but it is the first strike here supporting our teachers in West Contra Costa Unified School District.
And it seems like healthcare workers are under attack too, you know.
All the time, and unfortunately it may be our turn next year.
Where do you work at?
Kaiser Walnut Creek.
Walnut.
Yes.
Yeah, I know there was a strike at San Rafael, and they were laying off 42 nurses, bringing in AI.
Yes, AI, travel nurses. These companies in our districts need to invest in our current staff who really invest in our community.
And is there a lot of support for the strike?
Absolutely. We have really come together as a community to support our teachers.
And we can't wait for safe solidarity with UTR.
Yes.
You think there seems to be a whole economic crisis, Project 2025, attack on public education, attack on healthcare. Where's it going?
Unfortunately, if we don't stick together, it's going to continue going downhill. All our students, whether private school or public school, deserve education. It's a right, and we got to invest in our future.
So that's what's happening here.
Absolutely.
Elizabeth Johnston. The district has decided that they're not going to meet with us until tomorrow. I don't know why they couldn't meet today. They had plenty of time over the weekend on Sunday, since our last meeting on Saturday, to get their ducks in a row, but they haven't. I think they're just trying to break us and make us give up. I don't know, but I think it's really dumb that they couldn't come and meet us today.
They think they can break you?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why else they won't come meet us.
Aren't they required to bargain?
They scheduled a meeting for tomorrow, so I don't know if that fulfilled their requirement or I don't know.
And why are you out here personally? What are your issues as a teacher?
I am a second-year teacher. We are paid the 18th lowest out of 19 school districts in the county. So I'm still living at home. I cannot afford to live anywhere else. I'm trying to build a life, build a family, but I can't with these current rates. And a lot of the issues in the classrooms themselves, just even beyond our pay and our health care, we have buildings that are crumbling and have poor heating or poor AC. Some of the other campuses, there are a ton of classrooms without a permanent teacher.
So that's hurting the whole education system.
It really is. I came up in this school district, so did my father and my brother. My dad teaches here, my mom used to teach here. So we are fully invested in West Contra Costa. We don't want to move somewhere else, but that's part of the reason. Like, this school district can't really retain teachers. We have so much turnover because of the poor physical conditions, because of the poor pay, because of the poor benefits, because we don't feel like we're heard by the district.
And housing. I mean, you're saying you have to live at home. You're a full-time teacher. You have to live at home.
Yes.
What does that say about the conditions for teachers, for working people in this country?
This is one of the most expensive places to live, but, because it's such a great area to be in, the Bay Area, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, but it is not feasible to do so on a teacher salary.
And what do you think about the fact California is one of the richest states in the country, in the world? 200 billionaires in California. It seems like there's a lot of money in California.
There is, but the money's not coming here. It's not coming to the schools. It's not coming to our district. And if it is, the money that does come to our district usually doesn't go to us. I'm pretty sure that the legal mandate is that the district, any district in California, spend 40% of its money that it gets on teacher and staff salaries. And I am pretty sure that for the past several years we have been spending in the 30s percentage on teacher salaries, but the state is content to waive that because our district has no money.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. And they do this every year. My dad used to be part of the collective bargaining team for West Contra Costa years ago, and this is the first time we've ever struck in the history of the school district, I'm pretty sure. But every year it's a battle to finally nail down a contract. Every year it comes down to voting, comes down to talking about striking, and then they manage to settle at the last minute, but I guess this time just...
What did you think of the last settlement? Were you here?
I was last year. As a first-year teacher, it's hard to... You feel like you can't really have an opinion because you're just happy to be here. But for my colleagues who have families of their own, who are independent adults, are living at home, I understand how they need more than they're currently getting.
It's bad.
It is. Yeah, bad is kind of an understatement. So we're really hoping that we can get something hammered out for at least this year, if not for next year and beyond. That's the other thing. They're not really committing to any kind of long-term agreements. It's just, for this year and then next year we can talk about it again. That's what they keep doing. But I think we've all gotten to a point where we're tired of having to hammer this out every single year. We want long-term stability so that people can come to this district, teach here long-term, get to know the community, build a life here, instead of just being here for 2 years and then being like, okay, well, I can't afford it anymore, I don't feel supported, or whatever reason they have, and then going to a different school district. There's already a teacher shortage in California and pretty much nationwide, but it's being exacerbated by the just overall poor conditions of the school. The teachers aren't feeling heard, and then there's like all the problems that come with the new generation and the technology and just all of that on top of each other. I totally understand why there's so much turnover here, there, and everywhere.
What do you teach?
I teach middle school science.
I see.
Yeah.
What do you think about the fact this country is apparently spending trillions on war, unlimited budget for the military, but they don't have money for teachers, so you have to live at home? I mean, it sounds like crazy.
It is crazy.
Priorities, I mean, just...
Yeah, my priorities are not their priorities for sure.
So you're standing
We're
up...
doing what we can. That's why we're here, to do something, to try to pressure people to do something, because that's what we can do. We can't make national level changes to the national budget. We're not legislators, but we can be out here and inform parents and students and families and just stakeholders in the community that, hey, this is happening, it's not good. Help us fight for what's right for our kids, for ourselves, for the long-term stability of this school district.
Christian. I'm a French teacher in Hercules.
So what's going on here?
What is going on? It's that the people in general need to make the difference between what it's public money and private money. So they cannot handle the public money, that it's our money, like a private, entity. And sometimes I think they work like that.
You're talking about privatization?
Yeah, I'm talking that public money, it's for all of us. It's not... if you delegate to certain people money, they're going to do a little bit what they want to do.
And how long have you taught here?
Since 2002.
Long time.
Yeah.
What's the difference between American education and French education?
Wow. Okay, in France it's controlled by the government and it goes down, So, but in France, I'm not saying a system is better than another, okay? But they have a neutral control of what's going on with the money in schools.
And I've talked.
They are supervised.
I've talked to teachers here. They have to live at their family's home. They don't have money for housing. And what is going on with the teachers? You can't even afford to get a place.
But I think it's a whole, no? Because if we have a constantly inflation, okay, because the prices went up since I started working, so they can, I want my salary to be raised according to the cost of living. But if the economy it's constantly doing inflation, we're gonna be in the same position all the time, no?
And the condition of teachers and workers in France, 5 weeks off, everybody gets long vacations, they get national health care. That's an issue, I think, in your contract as far as health care, or even the cost of health care.
Yeah, I think the system, the mechanism here in place are not bad. I'm not saying that. I think the problem, again, it's how to handle the money. And so much money is going, like private money, to private people.
So they're making a profit off of education.
Exactly.
How is that going to change? How is it going to end?
But I think from the state of California, they should have inspectors, neutral inspectors, to check on regularly the books and check where the money goes.
You don't think you have transparency now?
Sorry?
Transparency, you're concerned about transparency?
Yeah, I think there's no transparency. There's transparency for the people who handle the money. It's very transparent, but not. It's not fair. The few years ago we got a raise, and as a teacher I was feeling okay, no, and some of my colleagues. But came the inflation. I don't know the reason. and so the salary went down. The cost of living is too high.
So you can barely make it to the end of the month?
No, yeah, exactly. Without going to the restaurant, without going, anywhere, just staying home and paying the bills, I have enough.
So it doesn't sound like a good situation.
No. I mean, there is a discrepancy between what we earn and what the economy is actually. It's actually, no.
But it seems like there's a lot of wealth in California. You got a lot of billionaires. I mean, the wealthy, they're growing.
Yeah, but private money is private money, in my opinion. So it's not my business. But the public money is what it has to be handled differently by neutral people, not to be delegated to districts, to few people, and no more inspection.
We want a better education. We want it better for our kids. We want the teachers to stay. A lot of teachers are leaving us. I know this. My son is in 6th grade, and when he was in 3rd grade, our teachers left after 2 months in the beginning of the year. So I started seeing like a pattern.
And that hurts your kids' education? It hurts your kids' education with the turnover. They can't keep teachers.
Yeah, no, and a lot of substitutes. So, and not a continuation on the lessons. And so when the teachers starting when all this movement started for the teachers, I was like, yeah, we need to stand with them. They're the ones educating my child, our kids, and not only for today, but for the future. And it's their right. What they're asking is not much. They do much for us than what they're asking. And
they come up with their own money for supplies and things like that.
A lot. It's like I don't know.
It's crazy.
What it's sad for me is that all the parents that show up bringing their kids. Yeah, it's like maybe they don't understand the issue and they are misinformed because I was, But we need to look for the information. We need to stay informed. We need this for our kids. We need the teachers. We don't need people just supervising. Right now it's happening. They're not learning anything. I don't want this for my kids. We're here with the teachers. I think they're learning more. You see all the kids over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 6th graders, 7th graders. They're learning more outside than inside. And I know this because we had students inside telling us what happened on the first day and the second day too. They just having like extended recess, extended
just recess,
brunch, extended this, and doing nothing around. Playing with the phone. One of them was communicating with one of the kids here all day long. Like, that's what's going on inside.
No education.
No. This is more education. You can teach your kids to fight for their rights. They have the right to have good teachers inside, not just a lot of substitutes throughout the year. But that's what's been going on throughout the whole district. We had too many substitutes and not learning. I'm here because I want a better education for my son, and I want a better future for my grandchildren.
Okay, can you speak in Spanish? Talk in Spanish about what's going on?
Sí. Estoy aquí para pelear por los derechos de los estudiantes, de mi hijo, que está aquí en 6º grado, pero también por mis nietos o por la gente del futuro, que todavía no nace a lo mejor. Pero lo que está pasando es que hay demasiados sustitutos. No hay una continuación de la educación para nuestros hijos. Y yo no quiero eso para mi hijo o para mis nietos. Quiero una continuación como yo la tuve. Hay una cierta continuación. Una mamá me mandó un mensaje y me dice, ¿sabes qué? Mi hija trajo una tarea que no sabe cómo hacerla y le dijeron a los que están ahí adentro, pero porque no lo han visto todavía. Solamente les están dando algo para entretenerlos en la escuela. No hay maestros realmente. Es triste porque los que todavía están mandando a sus hijos a la escuela, nada más es para entretenerlos o para, no sé, en realidad no puedo hablar por los demás, pero puedo decir que es triste porque nosotros queremos una mejor educación, pero no estamos peleando por ella.
My background is elementary, and our union was very much, keep this joyful, keep this hopeful, and my instant thought was bubbles. But it's really just to kind of keep morale up, because it's in addition to being a little stressful for all of us to not be with our students and not doing our jobs while we're out here striking for a better situation for our students. It's been really cold out here and really gloomy, so I thought if I could bring a little joy to my fellow teachers, then I've done my duty.
All people are welcome here. We say no way.
Like they have a right, and that's what the opposite right now. It's like a critic.
The school is having a strike and we don't like it at all. Yeah, this whole thing is actually, their whole schedule is messed up and stuff. So I don't really know what's going on.
So are you learning anything there in the school?
We're learning stuff, but it's not really good.
It's not good.
No, not at all.
Is your teacher on strike?
Yeah, our teacher's on strike. I kind of miss my teachers.
What's your name?
My name is Jordan.
We have to stay in one classroom, do different subjects, like, oh my God, it's like I'm in jail. And then our passing periods is longer, our lunch is longer, that's good, but being in one class is boring.
How many people are there in one class?
It's not that many 7th graders, it's just a lot of 6th graders. Miss T, the only teacher is Mr. Bro.
Union is striking right now against WCCUSD. UTR is still under strike. This is day 3. One day longer, one day stronger.
And what are the conditions that have forced you out to strike, and what's happening? Why are you out in strike?
It's a pretty varied list of conditions. Specifically, probably the most important ones are the special ed, making sure that that's getting funded, making sure that teachers' aides are being funded for special ed students, and students getting help that they need in classrooms, and RSP, special ed, tutorial. Making sure that we're retaining teachers. That has been a big issue with WCCUSD.
What's the turnover?
We rank 18th out of 19 of the local school districts in the Bay Area, and teachers see that. They come here maybe for a year or two, and then they leave for a higher paying district. So in order for us to retain teachers, we need to increase salaries and benefit packages.
And what is the district saying? Why can't they provide decent conditions? I mean, I've talked to teachers here that have to live at home.
Yeah.
They can't afford a home.
Yes.
What is going on?
There's even teachers. We've heard stories with over at the Mandarin language school where it's a dual immersion Chinese English. There's teachers that are living with students. They're sleeping on couches because they do not have enough money to get a place of their own. The district has been for the last couple of years claiming they have no money, yet they spend over 3 times what other local districts are spending on contractors and contracting work out. To some extent, we hire even district administrators, and then we hire a coach for them to teach them how to do the job that they got paid to do. So, the
part of privatization and contracting out.
I think it might play involved with that. I'm not sure exactly. I know that we have a lot of private interests, certainly in education in the Bay Area.
They want to make money in education.
They want to make some money. It's a lot of money that goes through education.
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and they certainly want their hands on it, I'm sure. But I don't know if it's directly involved with what they're doing. But there does seem to be a rotating door between district admin and contractor and consultant agencies of that kind. Yeah.
And other teachers throughout California, San Francisco, are facing the same kind of crisis. of public education. Would you say there's a crisis in public education in California?
I think nationwide we've got a Department of Education. The secretary there is trying to tell us that this recent events have shown that we don't need a Department of Education. So I think there's certainly a crisis of education in the U.S.
And what would that mean for school districts if there was no Department of Education?
You know, for California, there would certainly be a loss of some funding and benefits. The Department of Education does a lot for lots of other special programs. There's a lot of other states, so that would be hit a lot harder than California. California, thankfully, we put a lot of our own money into education. So California is standing, I think, above a lot of other states in that regard. But we all need it. We need the Department of Education federally. So the loss of that department would be, I think, a massive hit.
Do you think there should be national action of education, teachers, and others to defend? It seems like there's an onslaught nationally against public services, Project 2025. I mean, all those.
Absolutely. I think the privatization of education, either not just K through 12, but even into higher ed, has been an issue for a long time. You know, charter schools play a very important role with testing out and trying new different types of curriculum, new types of teaching theories. Unfortunately, I think the entire charter school system has been exploited now for profit.
And private companies operate the schools.
Yeah.
And they're
remember
making money.
Leaving LA in 2008, Los Angeles Unified. I left there in 2008 when the economy died, and at that time I remember listening and hearing that Green Dot, which was a credit card, phone card company, was now being given full reign for a bunch of charter schools in LA at that time. Hopefully they still don't have that, but that was what was happening 20 years ago. So
how could that be? Is there any oversight of these charter schools? I mean, it seems like there's scandals with corruption, executives taking money. I mean, you know that
they are, but each charter school is going to be handled individually. I don't think they lump them together. So each one is going to be individually handled. And as I mentioned, there's lots of charter schools that are doing fantastic work, doing school to career programs and things of that sort. It's just unfortunate that there are some private interests that are really exploiting.
The public doesn't control these schools. I mean, they're getting money, so they're not really.
There's a lack of transparency for a lot of those charter schools that are exploiting students and community members. There's a lack of transparency, lack of union rights. The teachers usually are not part of the union that are there, so they're working extended, longer hours for less pay.
So the conditions are even worse than in the public.
A lot of some of those charter schools, not all of them, but some of those charter schools also exclude students. They might claim that they're open, and yet they find lots of loopholes and reasons to get rid of students.
Cherry picking?
100% cherry picking, yeah. And then, of course, it brings up test scores and things of that sort. The difference is public education is concerned with every single student, not just the ones that are going to make them look good.
Especially special ed, there's a lot of requirements, 100%. Extra. I mean, what is it?
All of our kids here. We want them all here. We want all community members here. That's going to best serve those students. If there's a home education program or some other program that's better serving that student, then that's what's best for that student. I think all teachers are going to support that, yeah.
And California has got 200 billionaires. They've got a lot of wealth. It seems like that wealth is not going as much as it should do.
It certainly is. I feel like that's just, public education is just one out of lots of other industries in the U.S. where we have forgotten for a long time what was important, which is the people and not the corporations. Yeah.
And what can people do to support this struggle?
You could come out and join the picket line. You can come out and just show your support. You can post banners, post flyers. You can send emails to the Board of Education. You can send it to the City Council, to Mayor of Richmond, to Mayor of San Pablo, Hercules, all of these people. Anything making some noise in any way possible way is always going to help support the teachers and the unions. I teach English and I teach ELD.